So I'm here with my friend Sara, a senior here at Ross School, and so we are totally honored that you would be here and take some time to talk with us today. And my first question I have to ask you with kind of a heavy heart. It's actually Monday when we're sitting down together, and of course we had the events that we did in Paris, and I just wondered what your reaction was as a senior in high school and as a person from Tehran and a believer.
Yeah, sure. It was so sad for us too, because many people just think that is the Muslim thing, but actually it's not. As we believe, we can kill other people, so it was really sad for us too. And it's not the terror just that happened in Paris. Like all other Muslims who don't believe in this kind of thing got a terror too, because every time such a thing happened, other people think that it's something that all Muslims believe in, or we're gonna be happy about it. But that actually is not true. Like, as I read about my religion and as I grew up, I learned that my religion is about peace, not about war. It's about saving other people, not killing other people. The worst thing that we can do, or the worst sin that we can do, is like harming other people or even harming ourselves is a sin. So actually it's not something that from my religion, and many people using my religion to get what they want under the Islam's name. I don't say like, I think it's wrong, and it's not just it's not just the people in Paris who are sad. So we are sad about that too. I'm pretty sure if you go in Iran, you see that everyone gonna be sad about it. I don't know in other Islamic country, but this is killing other people, killing the civil people is nothing that we can be happy about, or nothing that we actually want, or is not. I can promise you, is nothing to do with Islam. It's something that, I don't know, I said brainwashed or what. These people thinking that they are Muslim, but as I heard what they believe in, and as I grew up as a Muslim, I knew that they are not even think near the Islam. Maybe, and I'm pretty sure that they think I'm not a Muslim too. But I just want to say I'm sorry if you think that it has something to do with Islam. I'm so sorry for that what's happened, and actually we are really sad for what's happened too.
I'm so sad because this is always, and this will be a great week for us, but we've spent a trimester, learning about Prophet Muhammad and talking about all the smart, powerful women like Aisha and Khadijah and so on, and all the scientific experiments. And this has always been a time of where we celebrated everything that we learned. And so for me, it's hard to start out the week this way. But having your testimony makes a big difference, and I think that it's really meaningful. Thank you, Sara.
You're welcome.
What was it like for you growing up in Tehran? Can you tell us kind of like what memories you have of the city where you lived in Iran?
Actually, it was really good because I just grew up there the whole my life. So it was for 14 years I lived in Iran, and it was fun. Like, the school in Iran is totally different because it's separated for girls and boys until high school. So after that, it's gonna be a combination between both. But in the beginning, just girls and boys, and you feel totally different things because you never was with boys when you were a child. So it's kind of fun between girls, like. And the first thing that I feel different when I went to Sweden and studied there was like I was with boys in the same class, and it wasn't a big deal for me because I'm from a family that traveled to many countries, have seen things, and we know things, so it wasn't a big deal. But anyway, it was a new experiment for me. And living in Tehran, I don't know what should I say actually, is good. Like, for me that I am a believer, I'm a Muslim, it wasn't at all hard because everyone believed in the same religion that I believe, and like we knew what we are and who we are. Or other thing that was a little bit different for me in Sweden was when I went there, nobody knew about my religion, or what they knew wasn't the things that I expect them to know. Like exactly, many of them thought like, some I'm terrorist, or I believe like all of them are something bad. That wasn't true. But in the beginning, many people was scared of like, being friends with me. But afterward, they see, okay, I'm a normal people like others, and we believe in the same thing. So it wasn't a big deal after some time. But in the beginning, it was a little bit hard for me because people didn't believe as I believed and didn't know about my religion.
And what about in Tehran? Were there ways in which you sometimes had to get around some of the rules, or were there ways like, were you a really good rule follower in school? Or what kind of a student were you, Sarah?
I'm actually always followed the rules, so it wasn't a big deal for me. But I know what you mean by that. So we are Islamic Republic, so we follow the Islamic rules, but I actually can say it's not that hard because even if we have Islam in our politics and other things, but because we have a long culture, it's kind of combination between them. So you don't feel like pressure of religion too much. One of the things that, like if you ask Persian girl, they say, oh my God, I have to have a hijab. So that's one of the things, like the big things that you can see that people say, oh, I have to have a hijab just because we are Islamic Republic. And that's true, you have. But if you go nowadays in Iran, you see that people don't have hijab like me even. They are much more open than this, and like it's more acceptable now to show hair and go out with others. That wasn't so acceptable in before. But for me who followed the rules, and for me who is believer and have this for myself, it wasn't a big deal because I didn't do it just for rules. I did it because I believed in it. So, yeah.
And what was your reaction and your family's reaction to the diplomatic agreement that the United States made with Tehran? Was that
actually I can say we get happy.
Yeah.
So many things, like in Iran, everyone hates America, or like they hate any other countries that don't believe in Islam. But actually, it's not us. If maybe I can say we always liked America, and if you see many culture, our culture and American culture are really similar to each other.
Yeah.
And there is no hatred between some normal people. I don't know how the politics work and how they are, but actually, we don't like if someone wants to come and get our countries or want to rule over us, but there is nothing to be friend with other countries. We actually, all of us like it. So I can say in Iran, many celebrate it. I don't know if you see the videos, but like Iranian people celebrated it.
Yeah.
Because we want to have some friendly relationship with America too.
Is it true that Tehran has a sister city in the United States?
Yeah, I think.
What city is that?
I actually don't know the name. I actually don't know.
Well, some of them have told me that everyone in Iran has a relative that lives in Los Angeles.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Kind of. I have my aunt living in California, San Francisco, but it's kind of true. Some people in Iran living in some USA or traveling all the time to USA. So I actually can say there is no hatred in Iran against some America. Maybe some political problems, but normal people don't think even about it. So yeah.
Very interesting. Can you tell us? We have some questions here about as a believer, are you able to pray here? And how do you work that out? And
actually,
students were curious about that.
Yeah, actually, I pray here. My friends are really acceptable of that. They understand it, so they respect it, and it's really nice to see that. So I pray as normal as I do. So it's a little bit harder, sure, but anyway, it's not a big deal for me. I can say it wasn't so much different.
And do you think you'll be here for college, or are you going to go back to Sweden? Or?
Actually, I'm interested to study here and live here for some time. So I want to study medicine, and some of the best medicine schools are in USA. So if I'm applying for college here, if I'm going to that college, sure, I'm going to stay. Otherwise, I'm going back to Sweden.
Since you've been here, what do you miss most about home?
You mean Tehran or Sweden?
Oh, good question. I don't know. You tell
I have
me where's
two.
home.
if you talking about Tehran, sure, I missed food really much. I missed like my family, my friends, but most of all foods.
So tell me, what's the food you wish you had?
Like there's many Persian food that I love. Like Persian food, I can say I recommend you to eat it too. It's really good. So I miss everything because of every food that is in Tehran. We eat them here too, not in USA because I'm alone here and I don't have it. Like I have to buy meat and other things. So I didn't cook until now, but I'm sure I'm going to do it. But in Sweden we make the food, like some Persian food, but actually it tastes better in Tehran.
Of course.
So yeah. Of course. So I miss that, and in Sweden, sure, I miss most of my family.
Can you tell us, that if you look out at the students out here,
Yeah.
they're dressed in various garb, and we'll have some of them come up and kind of have a news conference later.
Yeah.
But they've all researched a particular personality, some from the Golden Age, some from a little bit later.
Yeah.
So there's a Khadija out there, a couple Aisha, Abanchina, a poet Rumi, etc. From your schooling, is there a personality, either someone close to Prophet Muhammad or someone who kind of is a big figure in your life?
Actually, from when I was a child, I studied because I'm in school. We studied about all characters and like see what good things they did, and we try to follow and be like them. Not exactly like them, but we try to follow the best thing that we can do. And I'm a Shia Muslim, so
tell us about that.
Yeah, so we believe in 12 other person after Muhammad. We don't say that they are some prophet, but we believe that they should rule and they help the Islam. So if I can say, as a girl, I really like the Fatima, the daughter of Muhammad. So I try to read about it and follow her. But as a Shia, so sure we have like many other things that we try to read about our imam, the 12 imam that we believe in, and like follow them. And all of the rules is not like Islamic rules. Many of them is about life, how you have to live, how you have to be nice to other people. So yeah.
And how much of who you are is because you are Persian or Iranian, and how much of who you are is philosophical and related to being a Shia?
Actually, I don't know if I can separate them. Sure, I really love my culture, some Persian culture, Persian old culture, and like I can say I can separate them because in Iran it's not like religion and culture are separated, and we are not that religious. We believe in everything like others, but our culture has a stir impact in our religion, how we believe in God and how we act. So I don't know. I can say maybe 50-50. I don't know. I actually had no idea. Sure, many things come from a religion. I try to be nice and other things, but because I just grow up with that, I think I can separate them and see, okay, how much I have from. Yeah.
That's interesting, yeah, because it's so new to us, and it's like these guys come in, and before our course, we say Prophet Muhammad, it's this foreign person, and now they kind of know him as a real person, and so, but we haven't grown up with him.
Yeah, I know.
In the same way that, that maybe you have. When you look ahead, how do you think the place of Islam will change in the world? We talked a little bit about the unsettledness, and we talked about some of the sadness of Paris. But as you look ahead, what do you hope, and what do you see?
I actually hope that like people can understand really what my religion is, because even the media here or media in other countries, I understand it because I even get upset when I see this kind of thing, but I really hope that people really can understand my religion, like study about it.
Give me the first 3 words that you think people should think of, or that you would hope would come to mind for people when I say Islam.
I think peace.
Peace,
One more. Like, I actually can, I don't know if I can explain it in 3 words, But like what you guys know about my religion, not exactly you, but I mean what people know about my religion is totally different from what it is. My religion is really nice. Like many people think my religion.
So you said that. You said nice. You said peace.
And
people have said soft to me.
Yeah, it's really
like,
soft. Yeah, and like many people think my religion are against women or like we can't do anything, but that's not true.
Yeah, look out in the audience here for a second.
Yeah.
There are some of the smartest, toughest women out there.
Yeah.
Like I would not tangle with Aisha.
Yeah.
Okay? Khadija and Fatima, Eli Demeki.
Yeah.
She's like a star.
Yeah,
She's
exactly.
a pure, beautiful woman.
Yeah. So
right? And Aisha wrote half of the hadith, no?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I interrupted you.
No, it's okay. That's true. And I actually wanted to say it's not true. I know many countries, many people use Islam in the wrong way to do what they wanted, to have power over women. But if you read in my in exactly the Quran, or if you know about the my religion, you see that it's not true. Like we do everything that the boys do. I grew up in Iran, that's an Islamic country, and I did everything that a boy could do. We can have a job, we can study, we can do sports, and like I'm a professional swimmer, and I was in Iran too. And when I went to Sudan, people couldn't believe like I can swim because they were like, "You are a Muslim girl, so you can swim." And I was like, "Why not? Like, what's the problem with being a Muslim girl?" And I was like, "You are not allowed." I was like, "Who say that?" And that's a wrong thing. Some people don't know about it because there is some countries that really are against women, and they use my religion the wrong way to press that. But that's not true. My religion, I can say, is kind of feminist too. Like the women don't need, like one of the example is everyone think that we say, oh, women don't have right to work outside, but it's not the rule. The rule say the man have to pay for some home. The man have to give the money for home. Even women don't need to work. If they work, they don't need to bring up the money for home. They can keep it for themselves. And in other side, if the woman wants to, if the woman is in the home, it's not her job to work at home and take care of the child. If she do it, it's because she's kind of their husband and man, and she want to do it. In other words, she can ask the man to pay for the work that she do in the home. So it's not like, oh, you have to sit in home and work just in home and don't study and don't go out. Like many countries that they do it under the Islam name. We don't have this. We don't even say that you need to work inside home. We say if you work inside home, you cannot ask your man to pay for that work that you do in the home. And if you really feel some love with your man, if you don't want to get that money, it's your choice. So it's not at all like what people think that we can go and work, and many people use that exactly against, I don't say a country, but many countries use that against women, many Muslim countries. But actually it's not true, so it's not the Islam who has wrong, it's the people who use it.
Do you have any questions for me as a teacher here, or is there any questions that maybe you could, that I can relate to the 8th graders on Thursday?
I actually want to know what you think about Islam. What do you think?
Well, I came in, and 7 years ago I began teaching the course. My favorite verse from the Quran is the fig. And it basically, the way I understand it, it says that there are special places that we can keep for ourselves that are sacred, and we should make those special. So like my home, and to some extent my classroom. It also says that, like me, I was born with great potential, and then I've come down to nothing. And the smartest thing I can do is every day work for peace and for justice. And so for me, that's what Islam is. It's a chance to just, do I love my fellow humans and the kids that I get the chance to teach? Absolutely. And so like you were saying, that softness and that simpleness of it is just, how can you help your friend? That's Islam. That's what a believer does. So That's what it says to me. Like, it's not complicated. And also, it's not like, oh my God, there's one day where God comes down and judges you like that.
Yeah.
It's every moment. Like we looked out this last weekend on a guy's sailboat that was kind of drifting, and it had, the sail had come off and it was blowing like crazy. Yeah. And my friend said, wow, we should do something about that. And I said, no. Let's do something about that. And we got a boat together and we got out there and wrapped it up. And to me, that's Islam. It's like, don't talk about it. You know, like, you know in your heart what to do. And that's just do that. Do those, because you said the word nice.
Yeah.
You know, that for me, that's kind of what it comes down to. So I really loved the first trimester. So, yeah, and this might end up being a great week after all.
Yeah, I hope so.
Is there anything else we should do? You've been so nice to meet me here and have this conversation.
It was really nice to talk to you. It's really nice. I really like that other people trying to understand and read about my religion.
Mm-hmm.
I actually read about other religion, and there's many things I like about other religions too. And I try to learn from everything that I read.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter from which religion it is. And I wish they can see my religion in other way and try to learn the good part that they think is good and they can practice it.
Mm-hmm.
I wish they learn it. Doesn't matter from which religion it is or from which philosophy it is. If you find something good, you can follow it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Sarah, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.